Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the new event with coverage of Oak Hill High School football, presented by Elliot Pritt for House of Delegates. We've got a good one for you tonight as the number 15 and number 16 teams in the state collide. And, oh, by the way, Coach, it's Oak Hill Woodrow. Coach Jason Blankenship here with me, Coach. What kind of a game should we expect tonight? It's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah, Coach Barry, if you're a fan of high school football, if you're a fan of West Virginia high school football, this is the game to watch tonight because both these teams, I believe, are fighting for a playoff position. And you know how important it is to get into the playoffs, not only for your football program, but for the whole school, the whole community. And so Oak Hill at that 16 spot, this is their last game. They don't have another chance after this. Woodrow does. So does Oak Hill come in tonight with that fighter attitude that says we have to put our foot down, we have to win a game? And then Woodrow has a tough opponent next week in GW. They need to win tonight. And so we couldn't ask for better opponents to play against each other tonight.
So let me ask you this. You're in that Oak Hill locker room. You know this is the last chance you've got to make the playoffs, and you know how important making the playoffs would be to help build your program. Coach Moneypaint's doing a great job already. What are you telling your guys? How are you approaching this to try to calm the nerves a little bit before this? Do you want to embrace the anticipation, or you just want to calm everything down and go play football?
You know, I think with high school kids, my experience so far is it's a big game, and let's treat it like a big game because you only get so many of those in your high school career. Yeah, we had good wins against Nicholas and Ripley and Buchanan Upshur, but this is Woodrow Wilson High School coming to your home field at John P. Duda Stadium, and that's a huge football game, a huge rivalry over the years. If you think back, and I was talking to Fred Persinger Jr. there, we was talking there in the pregame, we don't think either team understands how big of a game this is for the rivalry that Oak Hill and Woodrow Wilson is, but when you add a chance to be in the playoffs, it's another huge thing for both teams. And this is AAA football. This is not anything lower. This is the biggest class in the state.
Oh, yeah. As the Red Devils have emerged from the helmet, Woodrow has emerged from their locker room as well. You know, let's talk about this rivalry.
Yeah.
This goes back to 1921. People don't realize that. I grew up not playing Woodrow. I grew up in a AA Oak Hill.
Yeah.
That's a big rivalry.
Yeah, and you know, that rivalry really sprung from basketball, and it was huge in basketball. And football was big too, though. And then when we went in that AA area, it kind of closed down for a couple years, and it came back. It popped up here and there, and this is huge. Communities very close to each other, bordering counties very close to each other. Coach Moneypenny, like you said, he's done a great job over the last 3 years trying to build this program in the AAA class. Street Surratt for Woodrow Wilson, been there now 7 years, replacing John Lilly. It's in Independence now and having a great season. But both of these teams are trying to make that footprint in AAA, which is very difficult because there's 10 to 12 teams every year that we know are going to be there, and these two teams are trying to fight their way into that.
That's what I believe. It's been 7 years for Street Surratt over there. Yeah. It feels like just yesterday he got appointed. It really does. Well, like I said, we've got a good one for you here tonight. Both teams coming off a rather disappointing game. Oak Hill lost 34-14 last week at Bluefield. Woodrow actually had the week off last week, but they came off of a 56-7 drubbing at the hands of Princeton, so they're looking to bounce back. Both teams are. That adds another layer of intrigue to this game.
Yeah, and you know, you see that score against Princeton, 56-7, you're like, oh, I wonder what happened there. Then the next week, Princeton went and beat Bridgeport, which is a top 5 team in our state right now, AAA. And so that means Princeton is a legit contender in this AAA bracket. So don't fall asleep for Woodrow saying, oh, why did they lose? The Oak Hill Red Devils, they went to Bluefield. They had a couple mistakes, some fumbles, a couple of turnovers, bad special teams, but the game was closer than the score appeared. I think both teams tonight are in perfect position. Woodrow's coming off a bye. Oak Hill, put the rest of it behind you. This is your last game. This is senior night. You have nothing else left after this, so let's see what you can do. And so, again, we're set up for a huge matchup.
That we are as the clock continues to wind down. The pregame clock, Oak Hill in the black helmet with the red jersey and the black pants. Woodrow in that classic maroon helmet, white jersey rather, and the maroon pants along the side. Noting, but I said that was Concord out there.
Yeah, and you said something to me there in the pregame we didn't realize, I didn't realize completely is Woodrow has 2 former head coaches of Oak Hill High School on their coaching staff over there tonight. And so, and I guess I'll make the third here in the stadium. So
we got everyone here tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a big game. What else did you expect?
Yes, absolutely right.
And let's talk about senior night, because that's one of the biggest nights on the schedule. Home opener, homecoming, senior night. How do you look at this in terms of a head coach controlling senior night, all the emotion to go along with that? Because you know these seniors want to win anyway, but then you add the rivalry to it. How are you trying to approach that?
Yeah, the thing that I noticed about senior night over the years is the seniors stay out. So the rest of the team would go back into the locker room, and as the head coach or assistant, you're trying to get everybody figured out, then get back out there to see senior night. And what you're left with is in the locker room, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, your seniors outside, and you try to teach those young guys, your season is coming. And so tonight, this is the seniors. This is their last chance on their home field. Oak Hill will not get a home game even if they make the playoffs. So this is the last time they'll play at John P. Duda Stadium.
And what a game it's shaping out to be. Woodrow will kick off to begin the game. They will be going from left to right. Oak Hill will be going from right to left.
I did notice that Woodrow has a pretty good kicker there in some of the film that I've watched against Lincoln County. I also watched some film against Greenbrier East, a common opponent. Woodrow did a great job running the football that night. And I think what we're going to see, if people like old school football, running football, you're going to see that tonight from both teams.
And we are underway. I'm about to see if Coach's prediction is true. And that one goes into the end zone. Touchback comes out to the 20-yard line. We've already got some physicality as bodies hitting the floor. Expect nothing less in a rivalry game like this.
Yeah,
If you think the backyard brawl was something, wait till you see what happens tonight.
Yeah, this is very similar to that. And I guess there's been some banter on Twitter and some other things between the student sections, but
I expect nothing less.
Yeah, nothing less. And like we said, this is, if you're a high school football player, this is the type of atmosphere that you want to play in.
So see how the Red Devils approach this coming out.
Oak Hill's done a little bit different stuff against Bluefield. It looks like they're in a traditional wing tee set with Colasino at quarterback.
Colasino's under center. He takes the snap. He hands the ball off. And that goes forward. J.D. Moritz will dive forward. He'll get about, I think he got 2 on that play. Second down 8.
And I thought Moritz did a good job against Bluefield last week. He ran very hard and put his shoulders and went downhill. And you're going to see that a lot from the Woodrow Wilson committee of running backs. They have about 5 to 6 guys that's rushed over 200 yards this year. So you'll see a lot of action out of them. Oak Hill's going to stay in this wing tee set.
Colasino takes the snap. He will hand the ball off the middle. And we got a rugby scrum, and he'll get a first down as Oak Hill moves the chains on the first possession of the game.
I'm not sure who, maybe an Omar Lewis.
That's what it looked like there to me.
Yeah. And Omar's a tough runner with inside the tackles. That's an inside trap play that Oak Hill's ran a lot over the last couple years. The guard pulls. He knocks out that little inside trap, and Omar does a great job of sliding right in between that.
That's a money penny special right there.
Yep.
Colasino brings his team to the line. He takes the snap. He gives it a handoff up the middle, and I believe that was Fargo Thomas in his first possession. Talk about Woodrow committee of running backs. Oak Hill's committee of running backs showing up in this first drive.
Yeah, that's the third running back so far for the Red Devils. That little double handoff right there is a hard play to stop sometimes. Woodrow did a pretty good job defending it, though. Stopped it for a short gain. You don't want to give up anything big on that. Now you're in a second long situation.
2nd down and 7 now for the Red Devils in that wing T set. Here is the handoff once again. And he'll dive forward across the 40. Will J.D. Moritz.
We're good.
Yeah, Moritz there on that power play. What he does well, and I think he's not a guy that's going to break it for an 80-yard game, but he is a guy that's going to get his shoulders across the line and give you 4 or 5 yards of carry if he can. And if you're Oak Hill, you want to be in this 3rd and short situation here with this running clock. And I talked to some people. This might be a fast game. Both teams like to run the football, so let's watch that clock. Possessions are going to be limited tonight.
10 minutes now. We approach on the clock. 3rd and 3. Man comes in motion. It's a handoff up the middle to the 40, 30, 20, 10, inside the 5.
4-yard line, Coach. 4-yard line. No, 3-yard line.
So that's
I thought he was going to break it there for a second.
Omar Lewis on that inside trap again. We talked about it's a quick hitting play. He just took it 54 yards, 55 yards on that play. Big play for the Red Devils. You can't ask for much more than that here in this first possession.
No, you can. As Oak Hill sets up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Now in this situation now, Oak Hill's going to have to stay calm. See if they can't get this ball across the goal line. Look for Moritz here, maybe get a carry. Omar may get it back. He might be a little tired after that long carry.
Maybe.
was last play, he might sit back.
Colestino under center. Will take the snap. Hand off to J.D. Moritz. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Hill. And with 9:32 in the first quarter, Oak Hill takes a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, great play, and I kind of figured there Moritz was going to get it because Omar was kind of tired after that long run. So Oak Hill gets that lead. First possession, if you're a coach, man, this is great. And Woodrow's going to have to respond because I believe this will be a 7-0 matchup after this kick from Ethan Vargo Thomas.
Well, we're about to find out as Vargo Thomas lines up to attempt the extra point.
There you go.
And number 22, Mike Spack, the snapper.
Yeah, I got you, Coach. I got you.
And the flags are out as I think Woodrow moved up front.
Yeah, it might be a offsides there by Woodrow. A little antsy, trying to block this kick, but if you're okay, that's okay.
Do you even think about going for it now, or do you still kick it?
I think you kick it. You have everybody out there, and everybody's comfortable in what they're doing.
Yep.
You know, with high school kids to say, all right, switch it up. Let's go back to offense.
Yeah,
It'll be a little
not,
bit tough.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll take that one-pointer here and go up 7-0.
Here's the thing, too. If you don't get it, that obviously swings momentum back a little bit to Woodrow. You lose what you just gained.
Yeah. And we got a reliable kicker in Ethan Vargo Thomas. He's done a great job for over 3 years now, senior tonight. So I think we're confident in what we're doing.
Here is the snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Oak Hill takes a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter with 9:32 remaining in the first quarter.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my together, Elliot Pritt.
And we'd like to welcome you back into John P. Dodger Stadium here as Oak Hill gets set to kick off to Woodrow after scoring the opening points of the game. 7-0 Red Devils leading here with 9:32 to go in the first quarter. So, Coach, let's talk about this. If you're Oak Hill now, you've got a lead. How important is this for Woodrow on offense, this possession?
Yeah, if you're Woodrow, especially it's early in the game, you don't want to have a bad possession. You don't want to come out and go 3 or out anything. And Woodrow's built to have a great possession, so with the running game. So don't be surprised if you see some good carries on the inside. The committee, like we said, a committee of different running backs. Oak Hill has to have some stops tonight.
And the kick is up, and it's going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line. He'll bring it out to the 20, to the 25, and he will dive forward to about the 30-yard line. So good field position for Woodrow to start out here on their first possession of the game.
Yeah, not bad field position, and we'll see how patient. If you're Woodrow, again, this is a must-win game for both teams, and I can only imagine the pressure both coaches, offensive coordinators are feeling. We need to score points. We got to get them now. But you have to stay within what you were built for, what you're good at. And I think Woodrow's good at running the football, and I think they're going to try to stay within that here on this first possession.
Now, how about for Woodrow? You've got not only Street Surratt in his 7th year as head coach, but you've got Eddie Suk and Jim Martin, 2 successful football coaches in their own right. On that sideline, how important is it? How good is it for Woodrow to have all that experience on the sideline to help prepare these kids for a possession like this where don't panic yet?
Yeah. You know, sometimes with these high school football players, even this late in the season, they see that scoreboard go on the other side and they kind of get nervous. They think, well, this has happened before and we lost, and so what do? But like you said, with that experience that they have on that sidelines, they're not panicking. They're ready to go. They're staying within what they do as a coaching staff. And so I don't think Woodrow has any issue as far as trying to figure out what they'll do here on this first possession. But if you're Oak Hill, you've had times where you've struggled on defense this season. You've gave up some points, and you need some turnovers. You need maybe a big play. 1 or 2 tonight is going to be key because I believe both teams can score if they deliberately run the football. And you can see this tight formation by Woodrow.
Quarterback under center. Takes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be over the 35-yard line, so that'd be about a 5-yard gain for Woodrow here on first down. So that'd be second down and about 5.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot by the ref. He gave him about 5 yards there. I wasn't sure on the number there. Great, sound like the name, but again, we're going to see a bunch of different kids run the football. And number 11 there, Nathaniel Great, a senior.
Yes.
So we'll see how this goes.
Here's the snap. It's another handoff. Surprise, surprise, and they'll dive forward and get to near the first down marker. I think they're going to give it to him. Yep, 1st and 10, Woodrow.
Number 35 there, and that's a great push by the offensive line for Woodrow. Matthew Moore. Yeah, Matthew Moore's had a great season so far. Very strong, low to the ground, low hips. Kind of reminds me of a small Jerome Bettis. Just really a powerful back. And so if you get his rhythm going, he's very dangerous for this Woodrow Wilson football team. And look, 2 5-yard gains in a row. Great start for the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles.
Here's the snap once again. Another handoff up the middle, and this one's going to be about they're going to say it was down at about the original line of scrimmage there. So no gain. The pack went about 5 yards, but he didn't.
Yeah, when I looked at the offensive line, I said that maybe they broke the play out because it's kind of hard to see from up here. But I think he slipped. The quarterback got a short gain there, and so sometimes that happens. He might have stepped on somebody's foot. That was Jay Jones there for the quarterback for Woodrow Wilson. But we'll see what to do. How are they built for a second and long, third and long situation? I don't think we'll see too many passes, but if you're the Oak Hill defensive backs, you better stay awake.
It feels like, to me, almost an Army-Navy game. It feels like just...
Yeah, you know what you're going to get, don't you?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a Maryland I.
We got a timeout taken by, let's see who. Woodrow takes a timeout.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Tonight, Shelton. Kendall Williams.
Welcome back here as we return from our short break as we have 7:43 to go in the first quarter. Woodrow with a 2nd and 10. Interesting timeout calling that almost seems like a Neil Brown calling timeout early in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Surratt seen something he didn't like with the formation, so they reset here.
Heavy eye formation, and it's a handoff, but it's going to be blown dead.
Some flags.
You've got a flag, a really late flag, too, on the near side anyway. So we'll see what this is about as we'll try to unpack everything.
We got Pat Stainer. We got a veteran referee crew tonight here.
Offsides against Oak Hill, rather.
Yeah.
So that'll make it. So much for our 2nd and long we've been talking about the last 2 plays.
Yeah, and I would tell you as a defensive coordinator over the years, you want them in 2nd and long. You want them in 3rd and long. And so that's a huge deficit. And people may, it's only a 5-yard penalty. No, that's a huge penalty because now the playbook changes for Woodrow. They got a lot more opportunities now. And they're going to stay in this Maryland I, 2 tight ends.
This way.
Here's the handoff, and it goes absolutely nowhere. Oak Hill quick to the ball, and it looks like Woodrow will lose about a yard there to make it 3rd and 6.
Looked like the quarterback and the running back were kind of confused there. They bounced into each other there in the backfield, and so I don't know if it was miscommunication or a play call miscommunication, but now we have a 3rd and long, 3rd and 6, and so we'll be waking up if we're the Oak Hill defensive backs and linebackers. Don't just come running up for this run game because I'm sure Jay Jones and this Woodrow Wilson offense can throw the football.
Traditional set. Man comes in motion. It's another handoff. And it looks like he's going to be close to the – it's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah. And it looks like a great spot by these refs.
That's right on it, and it looks like they're going to say move it. That's what it looks like. I can't tell if they're telling the chain gang to move or not.
Yeah, and that was a great job by the running back there, number 11 for Woodrow Wilson. He had about 2 yards of gain, and Nathaniel Grayton put his shoulders down and dug forward for that extra yard. Huge first down for Woodrow. after kind of puttering out there on that second down.
So as we wind towards halfway through the first quarter, Woodrow with the ball here, moving, trying to respond to Oak Hill's 7 they put on the board their first drive. Here is the snap. It's a handoff once again, and he'll dive forward for about probably a 6-yard gain, and flags come out.
You talked about the emotion there, Coach Barry, in the pregame, and even at the first beginning of the game it's a little bit chippy. Even that first kickoff, it got kicked in the end zone, but there were still people laying on the field. There were some hits, and so I think this referee crew is going to call it really close. They're not going to let things get out of hand, and so let's see if this is offsetting. I hope it's offsetting for both teams, and just maybe a warning from the referee staff that we're not going to deal with this tonight.
Let's put from Mike against Oak Hill. Woodrow, and offsetting.
Yeah, so I think that's just an early warning that we're not going to let this chippiness turn into a fight or something bigger. Let's play it clean. Let's have a good game. And so that was a great carry by the kid from Woodrow. I think that was more, but Woodrow and both teams got to keep these emotions in check here.
Can't be any crazier than what I had in the middle school game last night. That was crazy toward the end of the game.
Oh, goodness.
I couldn't figure out what's going on. I'm just like, okay, we're going to go with it.
Yeah, you never know sometimes.
Never do know. Quarterback is under center. He will hand the ball off once again, and Oak Hill will stuff it out.
44 there for Woodrow, and these inside runs are sometimes difficult for us.
DeAndre Smith.
DeAndre Smith, and he's a good running back for probably a fullback, more type of fullback player. What I do notice from Woodrow is their offensive line is doing a great job of reestablishing that line downfield. They do move their feet really good, and so Oak Hill is going to have to pay attention to that and not let them get control as this game goes forward. We have to get some penetration if you're the Red Devils.
Woodrow brings their team to the line. Tight formation once again. Man comes in motion here. And he'll handle off the motion, man, and that's going to be a good decision because it's going to get him a first down.
Yeah, that was Moore again for about a 5-yard gain. If you notice, there was kind of a counter play. Moore went in motion, then they pulled a guard back to the far side of the field away from us, and Moore followed in behind him. A little bit of misdirection, not too much, but enough for Woodrow to get this first down. But I do like the way the Oak Hill's got their defense set up. They do have 2 layers of defense. It's not everybody up against the line. And so if they beat that first line of scrimmage, that you're in trouble. But the linebackers in that second line of defense for Oak Hill is going to have to be very important tonight.
After this play, I have a point I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
And we'll get it here as the man comes in motion to pitch to the far side. And that's going to be a solid game. Now, we haven't seen a pass yet tonight, obviously. But you've been talking about how the offensive line has been playing really well. How big a difference is it between run blocking and pass blocking?
Yeah, run blocking usually for high school kids is a lot easier. It's put your head down and drive, move your feet, get downfield, push the sled as we do all the time. Pass blocking is a little bit more difficult. There's a little bit more technique involved. But neither team, I don't think tonight's going to use too much of that.
I don't think so either.
They're coming downhill.
And that's going to break through.
Like he's doing his job.
Number 35.
Moore again there for a short gain, about 1. But
it seems like it's really good Oak Hill's having that second level because it seems like Woodrow's done a great job of escaping that first level of defense.
Yeah,
every single time.
Yeah, and sometimes I call it flattening out. Sometimes you flatten out your defense with so many guys across the line of scrimmage that if they do get to second level, they can break 1 tackle and they're to the house. And so I like what the game plan is here to have a solid 4 to 5 guys in that second level. We got 1 safety deep here for Oak Hill. But Oak Hill's interior defensive line is doing a decent job so far of just bogging stuff up, clogging the holes.
Under 4 minutes to play in the quarter, and here's the handoff once again. It's going to be around the 25-yard line. Rather, it'll be 3rd down. It'll be 4th down and about 1. Woodrow's got a good kicker, but I think we're a little bit too far out.
And that was Kimball there on the run, so that's if I keep my stats right, we have now 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 5th running back for Woodrow to carry the football tonight. And that means they're staying fresh. Those guys are ready to play.
So 4th down and 1 here. Massive play for the Flying Eagles offense and for the Red Devil defense.
Yeah, this is one of those plays, if you're Oak Hill, I would bring everybody because I don't think, and I may be wrong, I don't think we're going to see a pass here. I think we're going to see an inside play for a first down here by Woodrow.
Here's man in motion. It's a pitch to the near side, and they will
Great job by Moore.
get across the 20. to the 10-yard line. Actually, they're at the 11-yard line. So first and 10 for Woodrow.
Number 35.
I'm going to tell you, I'm really impressed by Matthew Moore. The kid don't look like a fast back. He just took that pitch. He dodged a tackle, then he ran a guy over, and he ran with a lot of physicality there. And again, like we talked about with so many different backs, Moore can stay fresh. He doesn't have to run the ball every single play. Sometimes it's you get in high school football. And that was defeating right there for the Red Devils. We got to step it up on defense here on this first down.
We wind towards 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Woodrow takes the snap. It's a counter to the inside as the flag comes in. And we'll see what this is all about.
Sometimes with that flag in the inside, you might see a hold, but the referee was kind of far back, so I'm not sure if he's seen a face mask or illegal hands, but we'll see what he calls here. Regardless, this is a big penalty because they're getting close to where they are in the red zone, so this is a big penalty. Not sure what Pat called there. It was kind of hard to see.
It looked like he was holding his arm up to his face, but I couldn't tell what it was, a hold or what.
It could be the legal hands. I'm not sure what Pat's hand signals are sometimes, but it looks like a 10-yard penalty. So we do have a 10-yard penalty. So now if you're Woodrow, you're in the first and long.
First and 25.
But you're still in the red zone, so you do have a good kicker. This you have to score if you're Woodrow here.
First and 20, first and 16, rather. There we go.
Okay.
The 25, here is the handoff up the middle, and that's going to get some of that yardage back across the 15-yard line.
I believe that was Moore again.
There was a big hole there.
Matthew Moore brought down the number 8, Jeremiah Jackson.
Then Moore got about, what, 6 there or 7?
Something like that, yeah. They're actually got 4. They're going to mark it taken down 12.
Okay. And if you notice something about this team so far for Woodrow, they haven't had many negative plays other than the penalty. So they do get forward and downhill, is like we've got to call, and this offensive line's done a great job.
Snap once again up the middle. Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
He'll dive forward, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Woodrow. So the minute 30 even to go in the first quarter. Woodrow has responded, and they've beaten up a chunk of clock in the process.
Yeah.
7-6 before the extra point.
I was talking to a lot of people in this week leading up to this game, and this might be the fastest football game in high school football tonight in West Virginia. We might have our score at 7 p.m. kick, which is 30 minutes earlier than most teams, and we're running the football. We might have a score at 9 o'clock that people in Metro News might be like, what is going on in Oak Hill? But
and that kick is up,
good.
And the kick is good. So 7 apiece we are with a minute 30 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back into John P. Davis Stadium as we have a minute 30 to go in the first quarter. We've got a tie ball game here. Coach, you and I were talking a little bit during that break. This is exactly how we thought this game would go.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame when we had the chance to talk there, and I don't think this is going to be a blowout for either team. I think this is going to be a great game, and both teams are proving this so far. Now, if you're a defensive coach for each side, we got to get a stop. Somebody has to get a turnover, a stop, because we can't let both teams just run up and down the field and eat this clock up. Like you said, Woodrow ran this down to a minute 30 seconds only left in the first quarter. And like we said, we might be done before 8 o'clock tonight if we keep this up.
It really might be.
So we'll see how these defenses react.
And Woodrow's putting the ball in the air as I speak, and that's going to go to about the 5-yard line. He'll carry out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 45, almost the 40-yard line before he runs out of bounds. That's Omar Lewis.
Huge kickoff return for the Red Devils. Great field position by Omar Lewis. This is a senior, kid that wants to win this football game, that's been excited to play this football game, and so he's doing his part. And let's not forget to give credit to the kids blocking.
Oh, yeah.
On that kickoff return.
It reminded me of the first time these two teams played in like a decade was 2013, my senior year. We ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was I was in the stands. That was a heck of a way to start that one.
Yeah. Special teams plays are plays that people realize it's huge.
Here is the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be J.D. Moritz. I think the ball came out.
Well, no. Where are they going to signal this? You calling him down?
I can't tell. Let's find out.
No signal yet. Woodrow's bringing the offense on the field.
And let's see what.
Whoa, first down.
Woodrow has the ball. So Oak Hill negates their progress on the big kickoff.
Man. So second possession fumble for the Red Devils. Moritz had a positive gain there on that carry. Not for a lot, but enough. And, man, did we just talk about that, Coach Berry? A turnover, something could be the decision in this game. Now, you're Oak Hill. You got to get something similar on defense.
Perhaps more importantly, Woodrow stole a possession.
Absolutely.
It's going to be that kind of game.
Yeah, and like you said, Woodrow ate the whole first quarter up basically on their possession. They're going to run this thing out if we're not careful. We got to get a stop.
Majestic lost the 45. Here is the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, and that's going to get across their 45 to the Oak Hill 40-yard line. So a good play for Woodrow here on the first play of this possession as we wind towards a minute to go in the quarter.
Yeah, that was DeMonte Mitchell there, junior on that carry. Another new ball carrier for Woodrow. First down carry for him, and you can see some momentum kind of shifting here. And in high school football, again, and I hate to keep saying stuff like this, but high school kids are still built on emotion. This is a huge emotional swing for the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles.
Just remember back when you were in high school and how much emotion you had running through you every night.
Yeah, absolutely. I have it right now. You do too, don't you?
Oh, I know I do.
There we go, yeah.
From the 40-yard line, just about even, here is the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. He's going to break it through as the flag comes down. He'll keep going.
Can't tackle, man.
To the end zone, touchdown Woodrow. Let's see what this laundry's all about.
Yeah, that's a 40-yard touchdown carry. Maybe called back for a hold. Pat Stander's going to make the call. Matt Boyd, he might like this. Holding.
It's a holding against the Flying Eagles. So bring that touchdown back, right back.
Yep. That's a huge play. You're looking at a 40-yard touchdown, the momentum swing, then you get a holding call. But if I'm a defensive coach, yeah, we get the holding, we survive. But personally, I'm like, why didn't we stop that play?
Right.
What is going on? I'm talking to coaches up here. I'm talking to coaches down there. What adjustment do we make? Because they can run that exact same play again for a touchdown if we're not careful. And to see that Mitchell kid come in on his second carry of the night after
is it me or do we have a little bit of a layer of smoke over this field?
Something's going on out here.
First and 17.
We got something
I
going
didn't know the Virginian Railway had opened up a steam shop again.
Yeah.
Official timeout.
That's a reference only I can make.
Yeah. We'll have to go to your YouTube channel for that, won't they?
Oh, yeah, we will.
Pat don't like something. Pat's
Yeah,
he's resetting the play clocks there.
he moved all the way back to the 47.
Wow.
So with 30.6 seconds to go, here is the snap, and it's a handoff. Once again, they'll get to about the 43, and that might do us for the first quarter. No need for Woodrow to snap it again.
Yeah, if you're Woodrow, run this thing out. You stole a possession, like you said, so why even run an extra play? Clock this thing, and if you're Woodrow, you want to try to maybe run this thing in the middle of the ways in the second quarter, limit Oak Hill to 3 possessions in this first half.
That appears to be what they're going to do. So as we wind down here toward the end of the first quarter, we will be back on the River Network right after this.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my dad, Elliot Pritt.
And we welcome you back into the Nova Network's coverage of Oak Hill High School football presented by Elliott Pitt for House of Delegates. We get that start the second quarter here, Coach. We got a second. Let's talk about how important this game is in terms of playoffs, because that's the name of the game. That's what we're all here for. And this game is about as big as you get in the AAA playoff standings.
Yeah, when you look at that AAA bracket and Oak Hill is there in that 16 spot, we cannot slip if you're the Red Devils to another spot because they only take 16 teams, the top 16 teams, and it's based off a point system. We'll talk about it as we go. But Woodrow's back here on this second long.
2nd and 12 now for the Flying Eagles here, almost at the 40-yard line. Call it the 42. Here is the snap. It's a handoff once again, and they will charge up the middle. And they're going to get about 5 yards on that one, mark it down to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and that playoff system we're talking about, if you're a AAA team and you beat a AAA team, you get 12-point base points. And so if anybody gets a chance to look at the SSAC website or West Virginia Tailgate or some of these other sites, you'll see base points and bonus points. And so for this game, Oak Hill would get 12 base points. Also, they'll get 1 bonus point per win that Woodrow has beat a AAA opponent. And Woodrow has 5 wins against AAA opponents, so that'd be 5 bonus points. That would ensure us a chance in the playoffs. But if you lose, you don't get any of those points. And so Woodrow's doing the same thing. They're trying to get points off us well. So we got a 3rd and long here again for Woodrow.
3rd and 7 in a shotgun formation. Here is the snap. It is a handoff up the middle, and that looks to be a pretty good gain as he will cut back, cross the 20, and down to the 15-yard line. So an excellent play for Woodrow. Kind of caught him off guard there on that shotgun formation while making a pass, and the next thing you know, they run it.
Yeah, and for Moore tonight, and we talked about the preference of different backs that they have. That's about his 10th carry tonight for Moore, and so he must be the main guy, but he also gets a break now. Goes to the sidelines, gets him a drink of water because Woodrow does have some other backs. For Oak Hill, I think we're overrunning the play. We're getting in the backfield. We just got our eyes and head down, and they're running right past us. We got to get our eyes up here and not just worry about making a big pile.
Maryland Nye once again. Here is the handoff, and again it's up the middle. That's Matthew Moore again, and he will charge forward. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
And like you've talked about, Coach, is this clock is running. And Woodrow's using an older style of way of calling in plays where they run guys. You see him running from the sideline, talking to Coach Street Surratt. He runs the play in. And as you watch that play clock, it's just continually to run, as the game clock does as well.
We approach 10 minutes to go in the half. Woodrow lining up in an I formation. Handoff once again up the middle. And that's going to be about the 5-yard line. But they finally whistle him down. It might be just short, might be the 6-yard line. It's ready to be 3rd down and really close.
Yeah. In this position, you're in a 4-down territory anyway for Woodrow, even with the dangerous kicker. But you want to get first downs because you do have an opportunity to get this first down and have 4 plays from inside your own 5-yard line, so which is dangerous. Red Devils, again, get off blocks, get your head up, and see if you can make a tackle on the target.
So 3rd down and 2, they're going to say for Woodrow as they line up in the I formation once again. And they hand the ball off, and I can't tell from where I'm at if he got it, and I think he did. Yes, he did. So 1st and 10, or 1st and goal, rather, for the Flying Eagles here as we approach 9 minutes to go in the quarter.
Coach, do you notice, if I do, these kids from Woodrow, they don't go down on the first contact.
No, they don't.
They're spinning, they're ripping, they're diving forward, they're moving their feet. And I'm very impressed so far by the Woodrow Wilson running backs, fullbacks, ball carriers, about how they're carrying the football. 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal, approaching 9 minutes to go in the half. Woodrow in the I formation once again. Here is the snap. It's a handoff up the middle, and I do believe he will
touchdown.
Score. So Woodrow will take a 13-7 lead at minimum here with 8:52 to go in the first half.
And for number 9 there, and I don't want to just say number 9, if we can find his name real quick, Coach.
That's DeMonte Mitchell.
DeMonte Mitchell. He's the kid that ran that 40-yard touchdown, got held the holding call, got called back. So good for him to get in the end zone. But for the Red Devils, you got to regroup here.
And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 8:52 to go. It's Woodrow 14, Oak Hill 7. We'll be back right after this on the Nova Network.
Hello, I'm Elliott Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please.
Anxious to see how Woodrow.
Welcome back in as we have 8:52 to go in the first half. Woodrow has taken a 14-7 lead on the Oak Hill Red Devils here. Coach, you had brought up an interesting point to me. You want to know how Woodrow kicks this ball off. Please explain.
Yeah, because that last kickoff, Omar Lewis took it for about 60 yards and set Oak Hill up in perfect field position before they had that turnover. So if you're Woodrow, you said it's something I love, steal possession. I wouldn't mind stealing another possession if I'm Woodrow. I'm an onside kick kind of guy, a squib kick, sky kick. But if you trust your coverage, and I'm not sure how well their coverage has been this season, can you stop Omar Lewis or Malachi Lewis back here deep for the Red Devils? But if you can't, you might want to think of something different. Let's see what they do.
Let's see what they do here. Ball's on the 40-yard line, and it's in the air. And they'll kick that almost out of bounds. And, in fact, they will go out of bounds. And you can't do that.
Yeah.
You put a punt out of bounds all you want. Can't do it for a kickoff.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll take that. You're going to give up decent field position for Red Devils at, I believe, the 35-yard line.
That's what I think, yeah.
It looked like he was trying to kick it over there to the far side. That maybe somebody would run and pick it up, but it just kind of went out of bounds. But he did not kick it deep to one of our deep guys, which we talked about. I didn't think they would do that.
So Oak Hill now, and it feels like I got to have it possession at the very least to get a first down, if not 2.
Yeah. I'm looking at my stat sheet, Coach. I got my passing sheet, not one mark on there yet. So I'm going to keep the rushing sheet up here on the top. And we missed Greg Chris tonight. He's out towning with his son, but you're doing a great job too.
I'm just keeping the seat warm is all. Here's the snap. It's a handoff here to the near side. He will break free, and he'll charge toward the 40-yard line.
Malachi Lewis. It's his first carry of the night.
Yep.
And I've been messing up this season. I got to correct it. He came to me. I've been calling Malachi a sophomore, and for some reason that's been stuck in my head. He's a junior.
Junior.
And I even worked the junior-senior lunch here at school and see the kid every day and still called him a sophomore. So, Malachi, I do know you're a junior. Great player, great kid. 5-yard gain on first down.
As many kids as you have, it's all right to miss one every now and again. Here is the handoff once again.
Whoa.
And that's going nowhere fast, and I think Woodrow took it.
No way.
Yes, they did. And they're going to run with it. And they're going to get to about the 25-yard line. Across the 25-yard line. Another stolen possession for Woodrow.
Coach, I'm not sure, but I think he might have took the handoff.
Yeah, it looked like it.
It looked like he did. He timed that up perfectly. I'm not sure what Oak Hill's snap count is, but this kid acts like he knew the snap count because he came through the backfield fast, and our kids fired off. Wow.
And all of a sudden, this crowd that was kind of ruckus has shifted all toward Beckley being the loud ones.
Yeah. If you're Oak Hill, man, you're in desperate measures right now. You cannot let this momentum continue in a negative direction.
Woodrow in a tight formation. Here is the handoff once again, and that'll charge to across the 20-yard line to about the 19-yard line. So it'll be second down and about 4. Second down and 6. So here we go.
I'm looking at my stat sheet, Coach, and one thing I've noticed is a lot of 5s and 6s and 7 for Woodrow. They're averaging a lot of yards per game. We'll maybe get that later, but there's only a few 1 or 2 yard gains. So credit for this offensive line. We talked to Fred Persinger Jr. in the pregame. He said there's some young offensive linemen that are going to be very good for Woodrow Wilson.
Doing a good job tonight.
They're doing a good job so far. I might be able to get some of their names here if I get a chance, but so far they're doing a great job. And second down and middle.
Maryland I once again. Here's the handoff up the middle. And again, like clockwork, 5 yards. Just about. No. I think he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they spotted him there a little bit. Got some good spots here for this referee crew. And there's some chippiness again going on from the Red Devils. About a 4-yard gain.
Now let's talk about what you just said. Woodrow's not getting a lot of 1 and 2 yard gains. We said this last game. Keeping ahead of schedule. If for a running-based offense, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, ahead of a schedule is a term that we don't hear much, but that means we're not in a situation where in second down or third down, we're 5 yards or beyond trying to get a first down. So here you are, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. perfect situation from Woodrow. Last time I talked about time, it was over 10 minutes. Now we're down to almost under 6.
Here's the handoff once again, and that's going to break through. And they're going to charge forward across the 10-yard line to be first down and goal for the Flying Eagles. As we approach 6.5 to go in the game, half.
Yeah, you can see here Woodrow's kind of methodically just running this ball down the field. You can see a couple kids from Oak Hill kind of down on their knees. As a defensive coach, there's not a whole lot you can do. You got to keep firing the gaps. You got to tell your kids, get off blocks. But there's no secret right now. It's their offensive line versus our defensive line, and who's going to be better. And right now they got the best of us. And so if you're Oak Hill, you got to get low, you got to dig.
If you can see a guy on the knees, do you think about calling timeout here to give him a breather?
After this play, you might have to get the guys regrouped.
And here is the snap. It's up the middle. Matthew Moore once again will dive to about the 5-yard line, so make it second down and goal from the 5.
For the people watching, and we appreciate anybody watching New River Network and watching these Oak Hill Red Devils and Darren's coverage of these games. But if you see the team like Woodrow right now, they got blockers way in front of the ball carrier. These kids are blocking downfield. Sometimes we have issues with kids only blocking at the point of attack. Woodrow Wilson is blocking at the point of attack and beyond, and that's the issue we're having right now. Our second and third level of defense is getting blocked. And, again, I've seen this on film, but Woodrow's doing a great job getting upfield.
Woodrow, the single back in the formation. The man comes in motion to the near side, and it'll be a handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Woodrow.
Yep.
And so with 5:20 to go, let's make it 20-7. Woodrow has taken the lead here, and man, how this game turned.
Yeah, it was a quick turnaround, and we've talked about some of this stuff, and these turnovers, 2 turnovers in a row for the Red Devils, 2 possessions that have died in turnovers. And I don't care how good you are, who you are.
Extra point is up, and it's good. Make it 21-7 Woodrow, and we'll be back right after this on the New River Network.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back here as we have 5:20 to go in the first half here on the New River Network. Lucas Berry and Jason Blankenship. I'm keeping Coach Chris' seat warm. And, Coach, this is a must-have-it possession for Oak Hill.
Yeah, and you just said something that I kind of forgot. Woodrow will receive the kick to start the second half, and so your possessions again. You're short on possessions. You're limited. In this game, Woodrow has been stealing possessions. They've been running the clock. Oak Hill, you have to respond right here.
Kick is in the air, and it will be fielded out basically the goal line. He'll bring it out. Wow. 5, 10, 15, 20. He gets a big hit there, but he dives forward to the 30-yard line. So good field position for the Red Devils here.
Yeah.
Now, the goal here, of course, is to eat up every minute, every second of this 5:13 before you go into half with the touchdown.
Yeah, I think if you're Oak Hill, Woodrow needs probably 5 to 6 minutes to score. So if you can run the football here and run this clock out and score, it'd be huge. We got a flag here. I'm not sure what Coach Mr. Pat Standers sees.
And we've got a holding against Woodrow.
Oh, that's weird.
That's never seen that in the kickoff before.
Yeah, there's going to be some questions over there, and you can see some of the Woodrow coaches standing forward. And I know Jim Martin, Eddie Zucker definitely.
Oh, you know that.
They're not going to like that call.
I would love to be a fly on that sideline just to see their reaction to that.
Yeah, I've not seen too many holdings on a kickoff team, but
the rule doesn't say you can't do it.
It's true. Here we go.
Quarterback under center brings a man in motion to the near side. And we've got movement up front. And we'll see what this is all about. I think Woodrow moved.
Yep. We don't have an offsides on Woodrow. And so that's 2 penalties in a row for Woodrow, giving Oak Hill another 15 yards extra yards. And If you're Oak Hill, man,
Hey, you take that.
you'll steal 15 yards if you can. So
Oh, yeah, you will.
you'll take 15 yards.
I was thinking about that. For a hold on the kickoff is almost as real as a false start in the center.
There you go. Yeah, that's a weird one there.
Quarterback under center, and he'll hand the ball off, and that's going to go up the middle. It's J.D. Moritz. He'll get to the 40-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils, actually with 41.
That's a good job by Coach Moneypenny and staff trusting Moritz after he fumbled there early in the game to get the ball here and get a first down. So we're moving fast for the Red Devils.
Here is the handoff. And it'll go J.D. Moritz. Once again, he'll cross the 40-yard line. He will get taken down at about the 36-yard line. So make it 2nd down now, and let's say 5.
Yeah, and I think Coach understands the clock is running. He's limited. He does have 3 timeouts here if he needs to use them.
2nd and 6, and here is the handoff, and going to get about a yard or so, so make it 3rd and 5 for the Red Devils here with 4:24 a rolling second quarter clock.
So short gain. You're in a 3rd and long if you're Woodrow. They expect a timeout from Woodrow here if Oak Hill does not get this first down. This is out of field goal range for Ethan Vargo Thomas. I believe they may attempt it, but nevertheless, I would stop this clock if I'm Woodrow here and try to get the football back.
I'm with you. Quarterback is under center. He will hand the ball. No, he'll pass. And that pass is just barely in front of this receiver, so make it 4th and 5 for the Red Devils here. No need to call timeout now.
No need to timeout. If you're an Oak Hill, you got a decision to make. See if Coach leaves the offense on the field. 4th, I would go for it. Run the football, see what you can get.
I'm going back to the air.
Well, you could. Yeah, you absolutely could. I do think Woodrow did a great job there staying awake on that 2nd or that 3rd and long. They had defensive backs in position, and we're going to stay on offense.
Big play here in this one. 4th down and 5 for Oak Hill. And here is the handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a first down. I believe he got it. Yes, he did. So 1st and 10, Oak Hill moves the ball, and the way this thing's, we've got flags.
Omar Lewis has been a little chippy tonight. I know he's emotional as a senior against playing against Woodrow, but
you got it.
No, not in this moment.
No.
Not in this moment. There's moments you can have that.
This isn't one of them.
This is not the moment, especially if this goes one way. They might be offsetting again, but still not good.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oak Hill.
So offsetting penalties here.
Yep.
First down for Oak Hill. So you survived that penalty, but something tells me you get the message across that we don't need that again.
Yeah, that's the 2nd time we've seen that tonight with offsetting. The 3rd time you won't see that. It's going to go against one or the other, and they're going to make a point. Now you've been punished. So here we go, 1st down. Woodrow may call a timeout now.
And they have. So it's a timeout, 2nd timeout call from Woodrow. And we'll take a timeout with him. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back in as we we're in the timeout with 3:40 to go in the first half. Oak Hill has the ball 1st and 10 at about the 29-yard line. So Oak Hill driving here, trying to get back in this game before halftime. I mean, you got to give it back to Woodrow coming out of the half.
Yeah, and if you're Oak Hill, you desperately need a score here. Even if it's a field goal, you'll take it because you do have to give that ball up at half, and Woodrow's been dominant on the offensive side of the ball. For Woodrow, a stop, go in the half up 2 score to be big.
Man comes in motion.
Fumble.
And there's a ball on the
Woodrow
ground.
football.
And it looks like Woodrow's going to have it. And indeed they will. All of a sudden, that timeout looks really good if you're Woodrow.
Yeah. Who are we to talk about that?
Yeah,
What a good timeout. That was Dale Stafford and that defensive staff over there for Woodrow Wilson. They called that. Are they going to give it back to Oak Hill?
I think they are.
They're going to run the clock. Wow.
Number 2, Alex.
I don't know how Coliseum came out there with that. But he did. And
That might be the second biggest mystery behind whether it was a fumble or a tuck for Brady against the Raiders in 02.
Oh, yeah.
01.
Second down. And 11.
People hear the Brady and the Patriots, you talking, they might get mad, but
Hey, he's not mine anymore. Okay?
yeah, he's struggling now, isn't
He
he?
ain't Giselle's anymore either.
He's 3-5 now.
Yeah, here we go. Man comes in motion, and we've got timeout taken by Coach Moneypenny. And Omar Lewis running over there. And I believe we're going to take one with him. We're back.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my ticket, Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back in here as we have 3:09 to go in the first half. Oak Hill survived what we both thought was a lost fumble.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
they have second down and 11.
And this is a big play. And you've seen that Elliot Pritt commercial going there. It's a lot of pressure on him, a lot of pressure on the Red Devils.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here's the snap. Handoff comes up the middle. Big play. Across the 20-yard line, almost the 15-yard line.
Malachi Lewis there on a 12-yard game, bringing it back across the field. Oak Hill does have, 2 timeouts remaining?
Yes, 2 timeouts.
3 minutes. So as soon as these chains are set, Coach or
And
Mr.
the clock is rolling now.
Yeah, Pat Stanger's going to roll that clock, so the Red Devils got to get on the ball. Staying in the traditional wing T set.
Bank comes in motion. Looks like Woodrow moved up front.
Again.
So that might be a free 5 yards for the Red Devils. Does that in any way kind of impact how you call this now at 2nd and 5 with under 3 minutes to go?
Yeah, you got a little bit more freedom now because you do have an opportunity, as you see, to get a first down and be first and goal. Woodrow's being very jumpy anytime they see motion. They're really jumping on this jet sweep.
Oh,
wow. Wow,
I didn't see that.
I don't think anybody in this press box seen that.
I don't think so either.
We might all need to get glasses here soon. Or
Yeah.
my contacts might be, I don't know.
We'll have to
I'll
figure
talk
out
to Darren's
something.
wife about this because we got some issues up here. I don't know. She might have to give everybody an exam here at halftime because
They
this
have
is-
to. That was.
we all missed that one. But
Yeah.
now you talk about your playbook, Coach. It's a little bit different now on 1st and 15.
Maybe we should run a poll at halftime. Poll the crowd. Quarterback under center. He will hand the ball off, and that's going to go across actually the 20-yard line square. So that's going to be with more whistles coming in. I think we're going to try to prevent a flag down. We're going to try to prevent having to throw the flag.
Okay, is the clock still running? Yep.
Clock is
We're on a running clock
yes.
for Oak Hill. You got to get on the ball here.
with 2 minutes to go in the half. Under 2 minutes now on the 20-yard line.
It seems like that clock goes faster once it gets under 2 minutes. I don't know why. But
I don't know why, but it does.
It ticks faster. Double wing set here, kind of a flex bone. Oh, Woodrow's coming.
And they've had that like a book, and there it is, another fumble.
Coach, he took the handoff.
He did. He was right there. You called it. You saw him coming, and he knew it.
Yeah, we've seen it coming. Pat Stander did throw a flag, but that will not negate the fumble,
No,
I
it
don't
won't.
think, for the Red Devils. It may be a personal foul on Woodrow.
Unsportsmanlike
No, Oak Hill.
conduct against Oak Hill, so a free 15 yards for Woodrow. And now, even with one timeout with 1:44 to go, you might be in business to really, I hate to say it, but you might put this game to bed.
Yeah, you absolutely could because you're up 2 scores. You just got your 3rd turnover. Oak Hill's only had 1 possession. They didn't turn it. They scored.
Right.
And they were in position again to score here before the turnover. I don't know, and I'm not going to speculate, but the snap count, I don't know if it's ready, set, go, ready, set, hut. Woodrow knows our snap count. They are coming wide open on ready or whatever it is. He took the handoff. That's 2 times tonight. You don't see that very rarely. So
you don't see it at any level.
No.
Here's the snap. And it's a quarterback
keep.
He'll get across the 45-yard line. We've got some words being exchanged.
Another
and a flag comes down. Everyone's throwing their flag.
Coach, at this point, when somebody gets a personal foul, you got to take them out of the game. You cannot keep chancing your team with these penalties. It's not going to be healthy for either team to continue this. Personal, okay, it's on Woodrow.
Foul against Woodrow.
You do have to give credit to this referee staff. They're not going to let something get by.
Now this may be a minuscule point, but he really drove his hand up. He was making a point.
Yeah, he's making a point that him and his referees tonight are not going to let this game get out of control. They understand the atmosphere. They understand the importance of this game. They want a clean game. We want a clean game.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're both coaches, you have to say at halftime, clean it up, because one of these penalties could cost us. And look at that. Woodrow just got negated a huge game, and now you might just take a knee and get out of here.
On a rolling clock now, under a minute and a half. Me personally, I don't feel the need to do anything crazy. With one timeout, I'm not doing anything crazy.
No, and like we said, Ethan Barrio Thomas is a dangerous kicker, so you don't give Oak Hill the ball in field position where they could kick it in.
With 1 second of the play clock, they will get it off, and they'll hand it off up the middle, and they'll get to about the 45. Another flag comes in. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, this is Oak Hill Woodrow.
You're right. I think the refs understand the assignment of having 2 rival teams. I'm not sure what he's going to call here. Holding. Okay.
Holding on Woodrow. So that'll make it 1st and 15 now with 1:09. It's first down. I'm going to make Moneypenny call timeout if he wants the ball back.
Yeah, I'm going to take a knee right here, and I'm going to run this clock out. Got a player down for Oak Hill, but I am not going to allow this to be something where we get penalties. You got to get to the locker room. Both teams to get to the locker room.
So let's talk about going to the locker room. What's the first thing you're saying to your guys at half?
First thing you got to do is you got to sit everybody down. Sometimes you split up in offense, defense, or quarterbacks come over here. No, everybody right now, listen, before we take a few minutes, calm down, because these referees are calling it very tight, and they're not going to let you do anything extracurricular. No pushing, no talking. Shut your mouth and play football. And these are 2 veteran head coaches. They're going to make that happen at halftime. They just got to get through this next minute and 9 without something crazy happening.
Don't bet on that.
Yeah. So and I think that's what Woodrow's coach is doing right now. He's cleaning up. He's saying, hey, we got a minute, running clock. We're up 2 scores. We get the ball. Let's get out of here with a clean half. No more penalties.
Under a minute now to go in the half. Woodrow in an I formation. They will hand the ball off. He'll fall forward with Matthew Moore to about the 35-yard line, rather. As the clock continues to roll, I think Moneypenny's content to just get him in the half and talk to him there.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to call anything else.
One hand's 25.
That's the 15th carry for Moore tonight in his first half. So he's getting a lot more work than we thought. 15 carries is a lot in one half.
Yeah, it is. Play clock and game clock are about even. There might be a 1/10 of a second difference.
Yeah, you don't even have to snap it if you're Woodrow, but they're going to.
And here they are. And that play will cross the 40-yard line. And now there's absolutely no reason to snap it at all. Just go into half and regroup from there.
Somebody called timeout.
Somebody did call timeout.
Woodrow.
And it looks like Woodrow called timeout. I do not understand that at all. I really don't.
Oh, man. Is this going to be a Hail Mary, or is this going to be – I don't know what this may be.
Knowing how crazy this game is, he called it just so he can knee it. As crazy as this game has been.
He's not going to waste his time out, is he? So he might go in the half.
Hey, you can't take him with you.
No, you cannot. This is interesting. Oak Hill is out of field goal position, but an interception or a fumble recovery, you could take it and score, and now it's a whole different ball game. So I'm kind of interested to see what maybe he's telling them when this whistle blows for this half ends, run straight to the locker room. Do not talk. Don't look at Oak Hill.
Just run.
Let's get to the locker room.
Just hustle.
And he may be telling his assistants, say, hey,
Get them all.
No communication. We're going to get these guys. Let's get to our locker room, get theirs to the locker room. Because, again, these referees are calling very strict game, and they could call a penalty going in. It could be in the second half that penalty is proceeded on. So both teams need to be clean on this last play. Oak Hill, you need to back up and don't give anything deep.
Deepest safety is at the 45-yard line. Actually, they'll creep in now as Woodrow sends a man out in motion. It's a pitch to the far side. And that's going to get a first down for Woodrow, and they'll finally bring him down, as that should end the half. The clock will stop to get the chains moving, but with 1.9 seconds to go, there's not much else you can do.
No. They're out of timeout, so the clock's going to start here in a second. Good carry by the kid. I think Mitchell, I heard, was his name.
I think so, yes. Devontae Mitchell.
He's got a lot of speed. Only his
Mitchell's up on the ball.
second carry. They're going to
In
get
that Maryland eye.
I think they'll get one more playoff.
And
Wow.
yep, they're going to get one flag. It's going to be a flag down. They're going to get something. This question is what?
Street and the referee are not getting along. This isn't. I don't know what this could be. I don't know. They were just standing there. So
And now they're going to back him up.
maybe a sideline warning. I don't know.
I have no idea. There was no movement. It wasn't the false start.
No.
Now watch. He's going to motion for a false start now. And look at that.
I don't get that one.
I don't either.
Because the play was not. Quarterback wasn't even under center. Nothing.
No, he wasn't.
Take a knee, Woodrow. Get out of here.
Just take a knee.
If they score, we might have to go buy a lottery ticket or something.
We
I
may
don't know.
have to.
'Cause we don't know what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
they may run more here. I don't know.
Maybe you and I are in the wrong business.
Yeah.
Here is the snap. It's a pitch to the near side this time. And as the horn goes for the end of the half, he'll be dragged out of bounds. And
Kimball.
there's the test of don't talk to him.
Yeah, get out of here.
And so a halftime score, 21-7. The Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles have come into Oak Hill, and they have the lead. We will be back after this on the Nova Network.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Woodrow Wilson Marching Band under the directorship of Joseph Dangerfield. The Flying Eagles Marching Band. Now we welcome to the field the Red Regime of Oak Hill High, the OHHS Marching Red Devils, led by Director Travis Myers. The OHHS Marching Red Devils would like to thank the following for their various sponsorships to the band this year: Tom's Hot Dogs and Carryout, Kobe Asian Fusion, Davis Automotive, Morris Greenhouse, Fayette County National Bank, Law Office of Sam Petzoff, Cafe 110, Oak Hill and Fayetteville McDonald's, Pettit and Pettit Plumbing and Heating, Raleigh General Hospital, Domino's Pizza, Walmart, Jan Care, Matt Harvey Tools, El Bandito, Brett Ackley DDS, Highland Industrial, and Mountain Vending. Field Commander Ethan Smith, is your band ready?
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back in. We're at halftime here at John Peters Stadium. Woodrow has the lead 21-7. And, Coach, you've done some quick math for us, got some stats.
Yeah, looking at this first half, and like we said, the ground game was going to be huge tonight. There's only been one pass for either team. Colasino had an incomplete pass, very close. It could have been a touchdown there, but he missed him on that pass. But for rushing, for the Oak Hill Red Devils, we have one touchdown in that first half by J.D. Moritz. He has 33 yards total on about eight carries. Ran the ball well, did have a fumble, which is okay. Coach Moneypenny Trusting went back to him. But again, we've had 3 turnovers in this first half. Also, Omar Lewis played very well, played hard on senior night, had 70 yards rushing in that first half. Also had 80 yards in the kickoff return game, had 2 big returns. And so he's going to be a big factor in the second half. And Malachi Lewis, a junior, had 17 yards. For the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, Moore, number 35, had 111 yards rushing and a touchdown in that first half. Was very dominant and strong, had his shoulders downhill. Also in that first half, number 9 there, and I want to get these kids' names right, DeMarty Mitchell, a junior, had 36 yards in that first half and a touchdown. And also in that first half, number 11, Nathaniel Grayton, had 20 yards rushing and a touchdown. So 3 touchdowns for Woodrow, 1 for Oak Hill. And I think we're going to see a lot of the same here with this kickoff in the second half. If you're Woodrow, a huge start would be great, and get back on the board again.
Let's kind of reset things here. We're actually, it's funny, this score as it is right now is not that far from what the average score is in this series. The average score is 21, Woodrow 21, Oak Hill 8.
Okay.
The largest win for Woodrow was 47-0 in 1979. And the largest win for Oak Hill was actually that 2013 game, 34-6.
Yeah. Yeah, and you say, like in a rivalry game, you don't see too many blowouts because both teams are passionate and want to win and playing very hard. So I can see that average is kind of close to where we're at. The danger for Oak Hill tonight, though, is the turnovers.
Oh, yeah.
3 turnovers out of 4 possessions. And like we talked about, you're limited on your possessions because both teams are running the football. That clock went fast. We were done with that first half about an hour. So you don't see that very often. We were one of the first teams scorers in the state to go halftime that early. So interesting going here in the second half.
Speaking of scores, let's see if we go around the state and look at some other ones.
Let's look at these AAA scores here.
All right, here we go. AAA, number 1 Huntington all over St. Albans. It's 49-0 in the second quarter. Her number 2 Hurricane up 28-0 over South Charleston. That's in the second quarter. In what has been dubbed the Metro News Game of the Week, it's 7 apiece between number 7 Wheeling Park. No, 21-18 Wheeling Park over number 2 Parkersburg South at halftime. Halftime, Bridgeport up on Musselman 42-21. Number 6 George Washington leads Capital 7-0. Parkersburg and Spring Valley are knotted up at nothing. Princeton up 14-6 on Greenbrier East. University's up 7-0 on Morgantown. Jefferson up 26-7 on Hedgesville. We know what's happening here. We're up 7-0 on Brook. Spring Mills and Albert Gallatin from Pennsylvania, they're 0-0. John Marshall down 34-0 to Lindsley. Riverside and Lincoln County have nothing on the board. Buchanan Upshur 19, Preston nothing. Ripley is up 8-7 on Point Pleasant, and then Washington up 13-0 on Hampshire as we approach the second half kickoff. They usually add 3 minutes to the end of the half. Doesn't appear they're going to do that tonight.
Yeah, some of those scores you said were very interesting, and we mentioned that Huntington and Hurricane will play next week, 2 of the top teams in the state. But that Princeton-Greenbrier East game was kind of interesting at that 14-6 mark because 2 local teams that we've had opponents against, and so interesting to see how that game will finish out. And also the GW, George Washington's up 7-0 against Capital, a team, and Capital's only won 2 games. That's the opponent of Woodrow next week. So if Woodrow would happen to drop this, they do play GW next week and have an opportunity to get in the playoffs. But I look for the Flying Eagles to try to seal this thing out here in this second half and go to the playoffs. If you're Oak Hill, you're in desperation mode. It's senior night, your last game of the year, last time playing at John P. Duda. You got to lay it on the field and leave it all out there.
Now let's talk about this. If you're Oak Hill, how do you squeak this thing out? Because you're not gonna. There's no blowing out. It's gonna squeak it out at the last minute if you're gonna win this thing.
Yeah, because the way Woodrow runs the football, the clock will be running. It's hard to do a 3-0 deficit in turnovers in that first half and survive. You're still only down 2 scores, but in the second half, your Oak Hill's defense, you have to make something happen. You got to get a stop, maybe even a 3-and-out. You can't allow Woodrow just run the ball methodically down the field and make it difficult for your offense to get back on the field. And so I'm interested to see what both teams do to start this half. I don't think we'll see much different from Woodrow other than
why would you
and go right at it. So
it's worked. Why change it?
We could probably make a bet. Somebody could make a bet. I don't think Woodrow Wilson could put the football in the air tonight. I may be wrong, but why would you right there?
Why would you? If it's working, why bother?
Yeah. And Oak Hill, the same. Don't have to really worry about that either.
Now, you mentioned something. It feels like Woodrow's in the backfield like every single time Oak Hill hands that ball off. You've got to change the snap count, don't you?
Yeah, and I don't know if the Woodrow kids caught on to it early. I don't know what our snap count is. Sometimes it's set HUD or ready to go or whatever it may be. But they got a great key on something that we're using, and they're really coming. Because if you notice when we run motion, they've jumped off sides, I think, 2 or 3 times. And so maybe we need to use some different snap counts.
The ball that's in, and he tried to go with an onside, and it just didn't work out.
No.
That's going to be a. Well, they tried Sean Payton to get in the Super Bowl, but it just didn't work out.
Sean Payton, and I'll be honest, I was looking at my paperwork there as we got ready to kick off there. Did he miss the ball or just?
No, he didn't. He was trying to put touch on it.
Wow. So, and it went exactly
5 yards. It went exactly half the distance it needed to go.
Yeah, and so. Unfortunate for Oak Hill.
I was about to ask you whether or not you do that or you try to pin him back in field position game and get your offense going in that manner, but moot point now.
Yep, here we go.
Woodrow back in that Maryland die. Here is the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. He'll cross the 40-yard line to about the 38. So that'll be second down and 4.
I got to start a new line for Moore because he's got so many carries tonight. Yeah. And we mentioned those 6 or 7 different running backs that Woodrow would run, but sometimes a coach feels like a player's hot. He thinks Moore is hot tonight, and he's going to give him the football. And, again, if he does get tired, you have some other guys to step in and help him.
So second down and 3 it was. Shows you how much I know. I'm giving Oak Hill more work than they deserve.
Yeah, we're going to have to get up there to Southern Eye Care. Well, we'll have to get it together and go up there because we're struggling.
I do know this is the Maryland die, thanks to you, and here is the snap. It's a handoff up the middle once again, and that will cross the 35-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be a first down for Woodrow, and indeed it is.
Yeah, some people call this the stack eye. I just remember back in the day people calling it the Maryland eye. Maryland used to run this back before the spread offense of Rich Rodriguez was around. So
that's like Ralph Reed in Maryland.
Yeah, Ralph Reed maybe early 90s. So somewhere in that range, but they would stack that up, and some teams run option out of this. We haven't seen option out of it, but you can run the option play out of this, and it's really effective.
As much as they're doing in the middle, I don't even know why you try that.
Yeah.
Here's a handoff out the middle once again. Surprise, surprise there, and he'll charge forward. And it's going to be about second down and I would say 6. So second down and 4.
His first 3 carries in the second half, 7 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards. That's amazing. Gain it's 19 yards. We do have a Woodrow Wilson player down. Hopefully it's nothing serious. We'll see what he got here.
So as we hope this is nothing serious. Looks like it might be. Actually, no, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to do that. I obviously hope it's okay here. So with 10.5 minutes to go in the second half, third quarter. I'm getting ahead of myself here. 10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Woodrow is driving here up 21-7 and trying to put this game to bed.
Yeah, and Coach, if you notice, we've talked about.
We're going to go to break. I'm sorry.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
I'd like to take this time to welcome you back into John Peters Stadium and to remind you that tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by Elliot Pritt for House of Delegates. Of course, Election Day coming up.
Yeah, real
Not
soon.
a week from Tuesday, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
You'll have that day off.
Yeah, we'll get that day off, but I recommend everybody get out and vote and
Oh, yeah.
support your area and your country.
Back to matters here. Woodrow hands the ball off in the middle again, and they'll drive forward to about the 20-yard line, maybe the 21. Either way, it's a first down.
Yeah, I think the Elkins kid that was injured just went off the field for the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, William Elkins, number 62. And we probably haven't said enough about this offensive line tonight for Woodrow Wilson. These kids have been having a great push up front, reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
And let me offer a silver lining if you're okay. You've now got to remember that offensive line down.
Yep.
It changes the chemistry up front. That might be a little bit of a break for you.
Yeah, you'll have to bring some pressure maybe where that kid was replaced. Woodrow may adjust and run away from where he was replaced, but we'll see what they do here.
Handoff up the middle, surprise, surprise, and that's going to get to about the 15-yard line.
Number
22 there.
Ford, the ball carrier.
That's a new ball
That's
carrier.
Bryce Ford.
First carry tonight.
Thomas.
It must be very nice if you're that Woodrow staff.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
1,
just-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids have ran the football tonight for Woodrow.
Just throw them out of a hat and throw them in there.
Yeah, and you're almost like you don't have enough plays to get it
Yeah.
around because you run the clock so fast.
Oh, yeah.
And we mentioned that early on, and Woodrow has ran 5 plays in this second half, and we've already ran over about 3 minutes of clock.
They're taking under 10 seconds every time they snap the ball. And here is the snap. And this is the first time Oak Hill's really been able to get back there for a major loss.
Yeah.
So that might swing this thing a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You get Woodrow in a 3rd and long situation now, about 3rd and medium. They are in a 4-goal play situation here, 4 downs. And I heard Coach Gorby just saying possibly a counter where they pull that guard and that kid runs behind them. So we'll see what they run
And
here.
they blew it dead at no progress, so it'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the whistle. I saw them back like 15 yards.
But you're right, Coach. If you look at this play clock, it's running down and down and down. They're doing a great job managing clock here in the second half.
Man comes in motion here to
Here
one
comes your
near
counter.
side. It's a counter, just as they said.
Fumble.
And the ball's on the ground. And who has it?
Oak Hill.
Oak Hill has it. So there's the turnover we were looking for, but now you got a long field to work with.
Yeah, and we mentioned there in the halftime, if Oak Hill wants to get back in this game, they have to play up some plays on that defensive side of the ball. And there's your first one of the night for the Red Devils. Can you capitalize? That's the question. Get out of your own end zone, because you could run some plays here and be in a 3rd and long and have to punt out of your own end zone. So Red Devils got to make some big plays here. I look for Omar
Absolutely.
Lewis. He's been running the ball hard tonight.
Most important thing here, keep that ball in your hand.
Yes.
Man comes in motion. It's a handoff to the middle, and J.D. Moritz will carry it. He'll get some positive yards on that play. It'll be 2nd down and let's say 8.
Yeah, good carry by Moritz. Decent hole there. Woodrow's really selling out for that inside trap run play. They're bringing some heat. I think if Oak Hill would go on 2, they would probably get an offsides immediately and get out of here 5 more yards. So
they'll stay 2nd down and 9.
and it looks like Omar Lewis and J.D. Moritz are checking out.
Got
from Malachi Lewis
got
here.
a receiver out here on the near side as a man comes in motion. It's a pitch. And they'll try to get the edge. And the edge they do not have. And that's going to be Malachi Lewis stuffed up there as we wind 7.5 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and that's a running clock like you've been talking about. Now you're in the 3rd and long. Your passing game is limited in what you can do. Omar Lewis checks in J.D. Moritz. But I'm interested to see if we don't see a play-action pass here on 3rd and long, see if Colasino can get the edge and see if he can find a receiver open downfield.
There's not really much else you can do backed up here. I mean, it's man comes in motion. We're about to find out. Handoff up the middle. Omar Lewis dives forward. I believe he's got a first down. He does. And perhaps more importantly, no flags there.
Yeah. No mention there. I feel like Omar Lewis is your hottest running back right now. He's finding holes really well. He's looking like he wants to play hard tonight. So that's a big play for the Red Devils to pick up that first down here. But they are checking him back out of the game, which is worrisome because I'd like to see Moritz and Omar Lewis stay in the game, try to get a rhythm going here.
Oh, yeah.
But Coach has a plan. We got Malachi Lewis in, Alex Baxter. See Baxter. I'm interested to see if Baxter will get the same type of carry that Lewis just got there.
Man comes in motion. Pitch to him. And that's only Malachi once again. He will charge forward as they continue to roll the clock here. He'll get a few yards there to be second down and let's say
Number 11,
7.
Yeah, and that's an interesting call there, running short side of the field with the power sweep, pulling some guards, but just not much room for a kid like Malachi to get the edge there, running towards the short side of the field. Looks like Omar Lewis is still on the sideline, so we got a second and long. Alex
Second
Baxter.
8, they say.
Yeah, we got Alex
Long
Baxter
8.
in the backfield.
So here we go. Quarterback comes in motion. It brings Malachi Lewis in motion. And they'll try to run, and that just did not go well. And he's stuck in the backfield, make it third down and long.
Yeah, that was so. We mentioned some wide side of the field run maybe there, and they give it to Malachi. Not much there. I'm not sure what coach is seeing, but I really like to see Omar Lewis in the football game right now. Him and Moritz, they're back in. Let's see if we get a third down play by Lewis again on that inside trap.
It's a 3rd and 10 as we were here. Handoff up the middle. Omar Lewis gets it. He does not get a first down. It's 4th down, and you're in that tough spot because logic says punt it, but the way this game's going, you may not. You may get the ball back on one more time.
Yeah, because you look at the clock, we're under 5 minutes on a rolling clock, and Woodrow's not going to hurry up at all. I mean, they're not going to rush anything after this kick. It looks like to be a punt. If you're O'Kill, oh man, you're right, Coach. This is a tough spot. I don't know if you got a fake punt in your playbook that you like, but
I'd be thinking about it.
You got to think just a little bit about it. But here we go.
And it's going to be a regular punt. That ball's in the air. It's end over end. It will be fielded at about the 39-yard line. He'll cut across the 45 to about the 50-yard line before he gets hit out of bounds. And that's going to be Tyler Kimball.
Yeah,
rather.
He's had a good game so far. Some good carries. He's got about 19 yards rushing plus that return. Again, another talented kid for Woodrow Wilson. And some young kids. They got some kids that will be back next year. So Coach Surratt has some promise over there on that sidelines. His quarterback, Jay Jones, is a senior, but he's done a great job managing what he needs to do. Kimball's a senior, but the offensive line, which is young, is the key to a great running game, and they've done that so far tonight.
To me, if Oakhill has a chance, you need – if Woodrow gets a first down, I think this game's over just due to the clock.
Clock reasons, yeah.
And here is the snap. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be close. I think they're going to mark him a yard short. They're going to say second down and roll that clock now as we approach 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Why is he down in how many?
I don't know. Again, I mentioned this in the first half. There's not much you can do adjustment-wise other than try to get your kids to get off blocks, maybe slant into the gaps, bring some linebacker heat.
That's a lot.
You may even chance a safety at this point, bringing him down the box to have a 9-man, 10-man box because they're not going to throw the football.
And that's going to be, I think, enough for a first down. And they're going to mark it just across the 40-yard line. And I do mean just across.
Matthew Moore.
They're actually going to mark it on the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down and 10 for Woodrow. Here is 3:45 on the third quarter clock.
About 22 carries tonight for Moore so far. Workhorse for the Flying Eagles. Not that they have to be, like we said. They got so many backs, but the coach is very comfortable. Coach Surratt and the staff are very comfortable giving Moore the football and letting him run the football. He seems like he's steady, too. He sees the gaps. He sees the holes well. Nothing trying to make a play out of nothing. He'll take what he can get.
Here's the way to describe that, just a good football player.
Yep.
Here is the handoff, and that's going to get stuffed up inside. So that'll be second down, and let's see what they call. I think it's going to be second down and 8.
Number 11.
Yes, it is. Second down 8.
There we go. And so,
The ball carrier, tag 11, number 4.
again, this running clock, getting ready to go to 3 minutes in this third quarter. If you're Oak Hill, you may only be guaranteed 2 more possessions this game.
Yeah, considering that
Maybe.
you said Woodrow needs about 5 minutes to score. They took over with under 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
They're going to presumably get into the fourth quarter. It might be 1, if not, if you get lucky, you get 2 possessions.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it may not matter as the flag comes in.
We're going to get a holding call here.
That might be massive.
Yeah, that's big for Oak Hill if it is.
21, Ethan Vargo Thomas. There's a flag on
So
the
we'll
play.
see what the flag is all about. And there's a hold against Woodrow. So back it up. And then make it second down in just under a mile.
Takes the ball back.
You can only expect sometimes on these long run plays where they're holding their blocks, there's going to be some pulling and grabbing. The referees probably could call a hold every play, but they're not. And it happens sometimes. But that was a bad spot for Woodrow to get that penalty because second, what we at 18?
Yeah, second and 18. That's rough. And back at the 52 pretty much. So field position could be important here for the Red Devils. Here's the handoff. Surprise, surprise up the middle. And that's going to be about the 45-yard line. So that'll make it about third and
Omar Lewis.
14. Third and 14.
That was more again. Not surprising, like you said, that the coaching staff for Woodrow didn't freak out. They didn't get scared. They didn't hop into a shotgun. They said, let's just stay with what we got, continue to run the clock because the clock is their greatest ally right now in this game. They'll go to this game 21-7 if they can.
They don't care. As long as they win the game, they're good.
Yeah, they're good. And the Red Devils got to make an answer here. A strip, a fumble, something that they can get a steal possession again.
Clock winds under 2 minutes in the third quarter. And I got to have it game for both sides. We've got timeout on the field. Okay. Woodrow calls timeout, and we will take one with him on the Nova Network. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back in here at John P. Dewey Stadium. We have 1:47 remaining on our third quarter clock. Woodrow Wilson leads Oak Hill 21-7 here as we've got a third and 14 for the Flying Eagles.
Long third down. I think we're in 4-down territory for Woodrow.
I think so too. Man comes in most of the pitch to the far side. And that's going to get about 2 yards there and make it 4th and 12.
Good job by Jeremiah Jackson on that play, stringing it out and then making the play. I would punt the ball. It looks like they're going to punt it here and try to pin Oak Hill back in their own end zone.
I'll say there's not many plays in their play, but there's on to get 12 yards.
Yeah, no, and with this lead, you could really run this play clock down.
And they can run it down to about 4 seconds or so.
Yeah, so they might be patient here.
Number 33, Connor Mollahan in punt formation.
And they're going to just be comfortable to wind it down here. They can get about to 56 seconds. No, they're going to punt it right now. And Connor Mollahan puts that ball in the air, and it goes out of bounds. We'll see what they mark it at.
They're walking way upfield.
And they're going to mark it at about the 16-yard line. So that's where Oak Hill will take over.
Yeah, not bad kick for Woodrow. Put him there. You'd like to have it inside the 10, but you also don't want to kick it in the end zone because he got to the 20. So 4 yards difference is pretty good.
You gained 4 yards overall from where it could have been.
Yeah, so that's not bad for The kicker from Woodrow, Mollahan, you mentioned, he's a pretty good kicker. I like
Yeah, he
how he
is.
kicks, so very confident in his kicking game. Oak Hill's got a long field ahead. Might need a big play tonight.
84 yards to go.
134-722.
And what's probably the biggest drive of the season. No pressure, right? Here's a man in motion. Handoff comes up the middle, and that play will get to about the 24-yard line, I think. So that'll be 2nd down and 2.
And
As we roll under a minute.
Omar Lewis is very motivated in his running tonight. If you're Coach Moneypenny, you almost have to keep feeding this kid. He is excited to be here, excited to play. This might be bad to say, but Coach Dana Holgerson used to really mention a lot who's motivated, who's excited to be here to play the most. And Omar Lewis is one of the kids I see tonight that's really motivated.
You mean Holgerson knew who was motivated?
Maybe in Houston, maybe not at WVU.
Yeah, maybe
right?
not WVU. Here's the snap. It's a handoff, and it goes
Big
up
hit.
the middle. A big hit is right, and that's going to fall to about the 25-yard line as we're going to roll to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Number 21, Lombardo Thomas.
And we are under 4,
Yeah, it's going to
3,
end the quarter.
2, and 1. That's going to do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. 21-7. Woodrow has the lead. We'll be back right to this on the River Network.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back into John P. Dewey Stadium on the campus of Oak Hill High School. We got Oak Hill High School football for you against the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles in a broadcast being presented tonight by Elliot Pritt for House of Delegates. You've got a 21-7 game here in favor of the Flying Eagles, and Oak Hill on the move here, trying to get themselves back in the game. If you get a touchdown here, you're going to stop, then all bets are off. Really.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Oak Hill. They've kind of made this, I would call it a dirty game. They've just been battling back and forth. They did give up 3 scores on 3 turnovers, but they're still in this football game.
Here's the handoff. He'll come to the near side. He'll fall across 25. But what did Coach Moneypenny say? This team is scrappy.
Yeah.
This team does not give up.
Yeah, and that's what you got to have at this point in the season, especially if you're interested in going to the playoffs and making a run in the AAA bracket. But first down for Oak Hill by Baxter. His first carry of the night. We see Moritz and Lewis check back into the game. Let's see what we do here.
As of right now, Oak Hill will be going to Huntington.
Ooh, well,
long trip.
That's a reward in AAA if you get down that bottom 8.
Oh, yeah. And here is the handoff. Big play opportunity to cross the 35. It will be close to the 40-yard line with J.D. Moritz. 1st and 10, Oak Hill.
Yeah, great carry by Moritz. First time he's carried the ball here in the second half. A great speed, good body control, and Oak Hill looks like they got a little bit of momentum here in this 4th quarter moving down the field.
In the interest of mentioning for both teams, as of now, Woodrow will be going to Hurricane.
Ooh, well, number 1 and number 2, right?
So here is the handoff, and that's going to be about a 2-yard gain, make it 2nd down 8 as the clock rolls now to close to 11 minutes. I don't know about you, Coach, but I think we're putting that ball in the air pretty soon.
Yeah, you're going to have to, and it looks like we're slow to get up. And
number 1, Omar Lewis.
And this certainly
to stop. I think he's okay, but what you're seeing there is some kids from Woodrow really slow getting up, and that runs that clock even more before that play clock gets reset. And so I think they didn't call a timeout, so they're going to have to roll this. Woodrow ran off the field like a timeout, but looks like Pat Stander's going to run this live.
Omar Lewis walks off the field.
During a timeout, you get to go to your sidelines. It has to be a long injury before you're allowed to go to sidelines. So
right. So obviously that wasn't.
Almost a free timeout for Woodrow there to get to regroup.
Oh, yeah.
2nd down and 7 for the Red Devils.
Well, actually, they've taken a timeout off the board. I believe Woodrow did call timeout there.
I don't know. We'll see.
So here we are now. Man comes in motion. It's Ethan Vargo Thomas. And they will not go anywhere.
Short game for Baxter. They used that motion again, maybe get a false start from Beckley. Beckley did a better job than they have tonight on that fake motion, but 3rd and medium for Red Devils. Big play.
3rd down and 7 here, under 10 and a half to go in the fourth quarter, rather.
I think you're in 4-down territory. What do you think? You're down 14.
You kind of have to be.
You can't punt it now because
you won't get the ball back if you do it again.
yeah, so we got 2 plays here for the Red Devils.
Man comes in motion. It's a handoff. And Woodrow is all over that and then some.
Yeah, good job there by number 44, Latron Smith. He did a great job getting penetration. We got another injury for the Red Devils.
And injuries starting to pile up now. Late in the physical game, you expect that to happen.
Yeah, get fatigued, and some guys are tired and playing their butts off, but sometimes that happens. You get there. It's been a physical inside the tackle game all night.
Oh, yeah, this is black and blue, old school football.
Yeah, and tomorrow now for the West Virginia Mountaineers, it's a different story. What TCU coming into Morgantown tomorrow. That's going to be interesting to see.
That's going to be black and blue in an entirely different way.
I think TCU, what are they ranked right now, number 7?
7 in the country.
Whew. And that's not many times you get a top 10 team other than Oklahoma over the years to come in there highly
coming
ranked
in
like
for
that.
homecoming too. They couldn't have picked someone else for homecoming, like, I don't know, Towson.
Yeah, we have to readjust that schedule if you're Shane Lyons, but
yeah.
I think that Neil Brown, he's done a good job so far, but you got to really at some point say, when are we going to take it to the next level? But I don't know.
Now, you know me. I'm not in favor of firing coaches.
Yeah.
I want him out.
Yeah.
I've said all season he needs to leave. This program has gone backwards.
Yeah. Was he in year 4 now?
Yeah.
And so the leash is short in college football, but
Bobby Bowden had a great saying in terms of building a program. First you lose big, then you lose small, then you win small, then you win big.
Yeah.
When Neil Brown first showed up, people were losing small. Now he's losing big. We've gone backwards according to the Bowden way of doing things. And I don't know about you, but Bowden knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, he had a great career and started there at WVU. So, I think they're going to have to look in different directions soon just because the atmosphere and how college football is these days. You don't have a long leash. You have a couple years. 4 years is almost the extent of what they allow you to have to turn a program around. And has some good recruits, but I don't know.
Even if you accept that the COVID year was weird and you kind of count that as like year 1A, this is still year 3.
Yeah.
Not many coaches get to year 3 and survive if they're underperforming.
Yeah, and the Big 12 is a tough conference. Even with Oklahoma and Texas, maybe not at full power as they've been, especially Oklahoma has had a couple losses here, but it's a huge program at WVU, and at some point when I'm interested in seeing how many people show up tomorrow at that game. A noon kickoff, had some losses. We're notorious for not having a great noon kickoff crowd sometimes, so there might be more in the parking lot than there is in the stadium.
There might well be. There might well be.
Right,
I know this guy will be tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't mean I'll like what I see, but I'm going to be tuning in.
Looks like Alex Baxter was
what it
banged
looks
up
like,
there.
yeah.
He's coming off the field.
Under some of his own power.
Yeah, seniors had a pretty good season, both sides of the ball.
You hate to see that. Of all nights to come off injured, senior nights will not. That's when it hurts the most. So as we reset here, 9:47 to go in the game. Oak Hill on a 4th and 6. This is probably the game.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Coach, because you're down 2 scores, and you might only get 1 possession more than this if you don't have a turnover. And so let's see what we got here. We're going to shotgun trips.
Colasino drops back to pass. He has a man that's intercepted, and that probably will do it. We're going to play out the last 9:29, but that may have seen the end of Oak Hill's hopes.
Yeah, and I see what Colasino, he's seen Omar coming across the field. Just didn't have time to really get his feet set and throw that thing in front of Omar enough. But I think you had to go for that in situation.
Yeah,
you had to
no
do what
choice.
you just did there. I want to see a heavy dose of more here on this 9-minute drive. But if you're Oak Hill, don't give up. You got to maybe get a turnover here and get field position.
You've already done it once this half. No reason you can't do it again.
Exactly.
That's my thing. If I've seen you do something once, I know you can do it again.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, in a very tight formation, they'll hand the ball off. And that's going to dive. He's going to dive forward, and he's going to get about 2 yards on that. Call it 2nd down 8.
Yeah, Matthew Moore is doing a good job of just getting what he can when he can. Nothing big. And you notice he hasn't really, like, cut it back across the grain or stopped and ran backwards. He's been coached well enough that if you only get one, you get one. If you get 8, you get 8. We're not worried about it. We'll play the next play.
Right. And here's the thing. When you're out 14, you can do that.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you don't have to do something special at this point in the game. But if you're Oak Hill, you do. And so it looks like we're crowding the line of scrimmage. We're going to bring some heat here.
Maryland I. And that's going to charge forward. And he's going to be close to a 1st down. It's going to be about 3rd down and a half inch.
Depending on the spot, yeah. 3rd and short's where you want to be.
I'm going to say it's 3rd and 1. And it really might be like a three-quarters of a yard.
Yeah, and I think you're in 4-down situation for Woodrow as well.
Yeah, he killed the game off.
Why not?
Yeah.
You can punt the ball well. We've seen that. But at the same time, you've ran the ball so well tonight. You've only had maybe 1 or 2 negative plays, maybe not even a negative play, maybe just a 0-yard gain.
Tight Maryland I. Woodrow coming up. They're going to get a 1st down, and they're going to continue to roll that clock under 8 minutes now. It will be. We're at 8:05 right now. By the time we snap it again, we'll probably be around 7:20.
Yeah, and if I was giving out a player of the game, I'd probably give this offensive line for Woodrow.
Yeah.
I know Matthew Moore's had a great game so far. He's probably going up close to 200 yards rushing, but this offensive line's been dominant from start to end. And
I would give this to the boys up front. They've earned it.
They deserve it. They've done a great job.
And we've got some flags down here. It's a false start against the Flying Eagles. So that's a big one. It'll make it 2nd down and 15. Oh, excuse me, 1st and 15, rather.
Woodrow's been penalized a lot tonight, and it's been hurtful situations, untimely penalties that you don't want. So if Woodrow does make the playoffs and they're playing with these they're going to play a top 4 or 5 team, you got to eliminate turnovers against those teams.
Thing is, this actually is what I'm fine with, and it's really a convoluted way of being fine with it. It's still a 1st down, and I have that many more yards. I'm getting like 5 or 6 yards a pop.
That's true.
I can just keep running the clock down. I don't care about that extra 5 yards.
Yeah. Looks like, are they stepping something off against Oak Hill now?
It looks like they're going to do that, yeah. I missed that. Looking at you.
Well, maybe there were 2. I mean, I never even seen a flag for one, but 1st down, Woodrow. Okay.
So, no then. Forget what I just said.
Yeah, well, all that stuff, we just wasted our breath, didn't we?
Yeah.
But 1st down, Woodrow, so.
Tight Maryland I once again. Here is the snap. It's a handoff. And Matthew Moore will dive forward.
Number 1 of the game, Coach.
Yeah, Moore's, he's just putting his head down. He's getting what he wants to get. And I like what about Moore is when he gets hit by that first contact, he likes to spin off of that contact. And so the Red Devil players got to get their heads up and their chest up and really run their feet. We're just kind of hitting him and bouncing off at this moment.
7:10 to go in the game. Woodrow trying to run this clock down and ice this game out. Here's the handoff up the middle. Looks like it's going to be close to a 1st down. So that'll make it 3rd down and I'd say 1.
Yeah.
Under 7 minutes now in the game.
There hasn't been too many big plays. The one big running play by Woodrow for 40 yards was called back for a holding. Other than that, most of these have been methodical, short runs that just really been taking out the pride of this Oak Hill defense because I can see the coaching staff. There's nothing they can say or do right now. We're just trying to get off blocks. We're just trying to make plays, and Woodrow's doing a good job.
6:30 now to go in the game. Woodrow runs a little bit of motion, but they still hand the ball off up the middle. And they're going to dive forward, and I think they're going to give it to him. You know what kind of football this is? This just came to me. Hank Strand, particularly the ball down the field.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. In the game today where a lot of people are running spread and they're running empty sets with 5 wide receivers, this is kind of an old school game where we're seeing 2 teams run up in some traditional sets and just running right at each other.
And we've got a Red Devil down on the field.
Yeah.
And he's back up, so no harm, no foul.
Not sure if he got a cramp or what, but he
I
kind
don't
of
know,
fell
but-
down and jumped right back up.
Yeah. Taking to the sideline, get everything that looks like it's Moritz.
Moritz, yeah. But he's playing both sides. He's playing offense and defense. I'm sure he's on the special teams as well.
Oh, you know
The
it.
short roster that the Red Devils have.
40 seconds. You got it.
So running
So
clock
6:10
again.
on a running clock.
First and 10 Woodrow. The ball is Joe Gill, 45.
And I like how Woodrow's done a good job managing this clock as well. There's been some times they've rushed up there and got set, but for the most part, they've done a good job of running this clock down.
Man comes in motion once again. It's a counter. It's a handoff up the middle. And that's going to be
Number 11 there for Woodrow. He's done a good job so
that's
far.
Nathaniel Brayton.
Yeah, and Grayton's had some good carries and ran the ball when needed. Had a touchdown earlier in the game in that first half.
56 Adam Wall.
But if you're Moore there, I believe it's, I'll make sure I get it right. I believe it's Michael
20.
or Matthew Moore.
Matthew Moore,
Moore
yes.
for Woodrow. Man, he's got to really lean on these teammates as well because they've helped him out too.
Like a sneak up there.
Man.
And Oak Hill has the ball.
That's what it sounds
What it
like.
appears to be. That's what they say.
Um,
And
Oak Hill
they
ball.
do.
So two
So-
turnovers for Woodrow in the second half.
So this game ain't over yet.
No. So 3 for Oak Hill in the first half. We got 2 for Woodrow. And if you're Woodrow's staff, the last thing you wanted was a fumble right there. Ball security would be the key. But you mentioned maybe a quarterback sneak. It looked a little bit weird. Maybe a new play we haven't seen, and then maybe a bad exchange or something happened there.
Now, Oak Hill, running team. You've got to turn into 2012 WVU, don't you?
Yeah, you're going to have to do something here. 4 or 5 carries and a couple first downs, this clock is done. And so
Yeah.
let's see if we can maybe do something here.
Here's
Here
a
we go.
pass. Colasino puts that ball in the air, and that pass is incomplete.
Intended for number 21.
So make it 2nd down and 10.
Thomas incomplete.
4:56 on the clock.
0 for
Got
3
it.
tonight.
Another Red Devil down.
Yeah, we're kind of getting hurt here late in the game. But Woodrow on these 3 pass plays, so we've had 3 passes in this whole football game. I like the coverage that I've seen from the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles so far. They've stayed back and they've been able to stay under control. And we may have a long injury here, so.
We may have. So we're going to go to break. We'll be right back after this on the Nuva Network.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
And welcome back here as we get the injured Ethan Vargo Thomas off the field. We have a 2nd down and 10 for the Red Devils here, deep in their own territory with 4:56 to go, down by 14.
Yeah, 2nd down 10, dead clock here. Oak Hill's going to stay in this spread formation. They're going to try to throw it downfield, which I think they have to because of the clock situation.
Here's the snap. It's a screen pass that just about got intercepted. And I'm telling you, if the Woodrow player would have got his hands on it, he would have put it for 6 and ended this game.
Yeah, that was a great read by him. Looked like man coverage by the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles, but the play happened so quick that we couldn't really see what coverage was, man or zone, but number 11 did a great job for Woodrow jumping that pass. He's doing some push-ups for dropping that ball in the field. He's upset about that.
Nathaniel Grayton, man, he's had himself an eventful game to say the least.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a football player. That's
Yeah,
what
he
I like.
is. It's a 3rd down and 10 here in a 4-down territory, you think, for Oak Hill. And Coliseum's going to try to get out, and he does. That pass gets knocked down, and so does Coliseum.
Yeah.
No flags there. 4th down and 10. And I've been saying it for the past 5 drives, but I'll say it again. This is the game.
Yeah. And unfortunately, getting a situation where you're a running team and you got to pass, you're just not comfortable with it. Our offense is not built to come back from 2 touchdowns down with under 5 minutes, so we might be punting it here.
That's what it appears to be.
They got plenty of time on the play clock to get this off. Yeah, I might be missing somebody. Timeout.
And we've got a timeout on the field taken by the Red Devils.
So they're missing a player here on the punt team.
So we'll be back right after this on the Near River Network.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my ticket, Elliot Pritt.
Nope.
Go to the
All right, welcome back here to John Peters Stadium. We have a 4th and 10 facing the Oak Hill Red Devils with under 5 minutes to go in the game. And I hate to say it, Coach, but this is probably the football game right here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to punt it away. But, so far it's been a really good game like we expected, because there's been a few times Woodrow really could have put this out of reach, and they didn't. Oak Hill fought back, had 2 turnovers here in the second half, but just done enough on the offensive side for the Red Devils to score some touchdowns.
And it's going to be a fake punt. And they'll cross the 20 to the 30, and he gets
fumble.
I think he fell short. I think his knee was down short of the line to gain.
Let's see where the spot is. Oh.
And let's see here.
Looks like Pat Standers giving him a 1st down.
So 1st down, Oak Hill, in the most bizarre circumstances.
Yeah, I think Ethan Vargo Thomas was just told there, if it looks like the Woodrow defense is running away, go ahead and run it. And they did. They ran backwards, turned their backs to the punter, which you should never do. You always ensure the ball's kicked, and they didn't. And so costly mistake by Woodrow that you don't want to have at this point in the season. Make sure the ball's kicked before you leave.
Clock continues to run now. It's down to 4:20 in the game. Got to go here now if you're Oak Hill. Moritz and Omar Lewis check back into the game. Malachi Lewis comes back out.
Back to the traditional set, which I don't blame.
Here's the handoff. Up the middle, nothing doing. And both teams having now 2 timeouts, under 4 minutes to go. You got to go.
Yeah, you got to get right back up on the ball, snap it. In week 10 for the Red Devils, you're familiar enough with the offense. You know what the play calls are. Get back up, lined up, and run it again. We're running a lot of extra clock off right now.
We're now approaching 3.5 to go in the game. And Colasino and Malachi Lewis coming back in the game. J.D.
Hill may have to
coming
call a timeout here to get this play off.
You may have.
Hey, clock here, 5 seconds.
Yeah, we're good.
And that looks like it's going to have to be that. Yeah, timeout Oak Hill with 3:17 to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Coach is giving up. I don't say that. He's just trying to get these guys regrouped and get them in the right positions right now. He's having a difficult time with some substitutions and maybe some players not understanding where they're going with that sudden change. But it is 2nd down, and so you got to get these guys lined up and maybe throw the football some. Looks like Colasino's coming out of the game. New quarterback for the Red Devils. You got a 10 on your list there?
Yeah, I got Levi Kiska.
Kiska, yep. Kiska's in the game, young guy. I'm not sure what was going on there. A little miscommunication between the quarterback and the head coach, but he made a decision to take him out of the game, and now we got a young guy in. 3 minutes and 17 left.
Young guy in the biggest game of the season. No pressure, son.
No pressure. Just hand it off. He's going to throw it.
He's going to throw it. He's got a
Completes it.
Completion. That's a first down and 10 for Oak Hill. Get up on the ball. Let's go.
Yeah. Confidence by Kiska coming in here. Throwing it to Jeremiah Jackson for a huge first down. So,
Honestly, could that have been something where just like I think Levi's the better passer?
maybe. Maybe he's so nervous, don't even know what's going on, that he just threw it like it was backyard or PE class.
Hey, here's the thing. Young kids, it goes one way. They're so nervous, they just go out there and play.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Yeah, he wasn't sure what was going on.
And they'll drop back and pass again. And that pass is caught by Ethan Vargo Thomas at the 40-yard line. So Oak Hill moving the ball, and they're getting up on it fast. 2-minute drill for Oak Hill.
Yeah, that's 2 receptions here for Kiska.
I can still hear Shane Shockey run down the sideline going, Indy.
Yeah. Oh. So give credit to this kid coming in here and not being scared to just throw it out there and see what happens, because sometimes that's the best play to make.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes good things happen when you do that. Under 2 minutes, under 2.5 to go. Man comes in motion, and we've got a flag down. That's probably going to be a false start.
Yeah, a couple guys in motion. Might snapped it just a little hair too early.
And here's the thing. When you're going up tempo like that, these guys aren't used to doing it.
Yeah, right.
It's easy. We think up here it looks, it's so simple. But you try to organize a bunch of 15 to 18-year-olds and get them to go fast and they're not used to it. Weird things happen.
Yeah, people, I've heard them say, why don't you just run this? Well, that's not as easy said as done as trying to, like you said, get these kids lined up and in the right positions. But looks like they called that on Woodrow. So first and 5.
So first and 5 for the Red Devils here. 2:15 to go on a rolling fourth quarter clock. Kiska taking himself. And that's going to get him to about the 30-yard line. And so Oak Hill trying to get up on the ball here.
You got 2.
And we're going to roll inside 2 minutes. And
it's first down.
Referees are going to say, hey, we want to. Are they going to measure it, or are they going to put time back on the clock?
Let's see what they do here.
They should do both. But
we have to talk about Kiska coming here and getting 3 plays in a row.
Oh, yeah. Thing is, Colasino's a senior. Kiska's
came in and he's completed 2 passes. He had a draw play there just now for a first down.
Drop
Play
back and pass
again.
once again. Trying to get out of
trouble.
it. And he can't. And there goes his luck. And that might be Oak Hill as we roll down to 1 minute 30 to go in the game. Timeout, Oak Hill. Last one for the Red Devils. Okay. And we will take it with them here on the New Vanilla. We'll be back just for the conclusion of the game.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.
Welcome back here at John P. Duda Stadium. 1:33 to go in the game. Oak Hill driving, trying to get themselves at least some bit of hope in this one. The coach doesn't look good.
Yeah, we're in 3rd and long situation, and Oak Hill is in a full spread offense now. It's what we call a 10 personnel, 1 back, no tight ends, and Kiska's going to try to throw this thing out there.
He's got to avoid a band first, and he won't do it. Yeah. And that's going to be 4th down, and I think he got back to the line of scrimmage there, so actually lost 2 yards there. So it'll be 4th and 11.
Yeah. Not much there, not much time anyways for Kiska to even get a first read.
No.
Had pressure off both sides of the edges, but here you go, Oak Hill. It's your last chance to get that thing down there and get a first down or throw it towards the end zone.
There's positive yardage required. Here is the snap. It's a little bit low. Kiska trying to find some room, and he doesn't. He goes down, and that will do it. Any hope there may have been has evaporated in Oak Hill.
Yeah, and if you're in Woodrow now, you don't even chance that third turnover that you've already had 2 this half. So
you
better,
need it, and you got to here with a win.
Yeah, Oak Hill does have 1 chance to stop this clock, but 1 is not enough. So
no.
The knee, timeout, 2 more knees, and we're out of here for Woodrow.
So we felt like this was going to be a playoff game before a playoff.
Yeah.
So Woodrow looks pretty good.
Yep.
Oak Hill, unfortunately, you'd have to have a lot go your way next week, on a bye week, no less.
Yeah, you're on a bye week, so you're out of chances to score points in the playoff rankings. You're going to need some losses. I believe Hedgesville is one of those teams that may have to lose 2 games in a row.
And Oak Hill and Woodrow's going to charge forward here as the clock rolls. And I think Money Paint's going to hold on to that timeout. And honestly, I don't really blame him. He knows the situation.
Yeah, and I think if you're Oak Hill, where you're on that bye week, Coach Gorby is a great coach at looking at numbers. He'll look at the numbers and say, Coach, we need to practice this week on the bye week because we might get in, or you might just say we don't have a chance. And so it is a predicament to be in because you could have to come up here and show up and practice next week just to stay in sync. But I think we're pretty much out of the rankings right
I
now.
think so. Any chance you had to be a lot going your way, as that's going to do it here. So Woodrow Wilson comes in here and gets a win they so very much needed. They'll have George Washington next week at home, and G-Dub's legit. I would want to wrap it up now if I'm Woodrow. Don't leave me the next week.
Yeah, that's good win for Woodrow. 6 win on the season. They're now 6-3 going into that 10th game. Opportunity to go 7-3, which would be the first time in a long time for Woodrow. But anyways, Oak Hill has had a great season, finishing 5-5 and played hard.
5-5 on a tough schedule.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
So that'll do it for us here on the Nuva Network once again. Final score, Oak Hill 7, Woodrow Wilson 21. Thanks for tuning in.
Hello, I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm running for the House of Delegates. I'm an Air Force veteran, a married father of 3, and a teacher. The people of the 50th Delegate District deserve a delegate who is qualified, experienced, and who actually knows what it's like to put in a hard day's work. I don't make political promises, but I do promise I will always be available to you. I'm Elliot Pritt, and I'm asking for your vote.
Please vote for my Elliot Pritt.